What is a recession? What is a recession? We're not in a recession. Don't be fooled. We're not in a recession. So I'm going to read the definition of recession, but we're not in a recession. What is a recession? That we're not in. A recession is a significant, widespread, and a prolonged downturn in economic activity. So we don't have any economic downturn activity going on. Because recessions often last 6 months or more, one popular rule of thumb is that 2 consecutive quarters of GDP decline. So 2 consecutive quarters of decline in the country's GDP, gross domestic product, constitutes a recession. So we haven't had 2 consecutive quarters of negative GDP. Everything's been positive. So the problem is, why is everyone saying we're in a recession? Food prices at all-time high, gas price at all-time high. Well, that's because the dollar, right? The dollar is strong. So the dollar is strong, therefore you have to pay more because the dollar is powerful. It's strong against, look at the euro. The euro is collapsing. Euro is collapsing. Now the dollar is just as equal to or more than the euro. So now you can go to Europe and go buy everything in Europe because we're not in a recession, and our GDP hasn't been in the negative for the past 6 months. That's 2 consecutive quarters. So you have quarters, 3 months, so that's 6 months. Our economy is booming, as they're saying. I'm reading a definition of recession, and there's no way we're in a recession. So that's a key. I'll talk to you about, how about this? What is a recession? There's 5 indicators of recession. So we go with 1, the GDP, right? That's the first one. We went through that. Second is real income. Real income is calculated by measuring personal income adjusted for inflation, discounting social security measures such as welfare payments. A decline in real income reduces purchasing power. So manufacturing, the health of the manufacturing sector, taking into account overall exports and imports and trade deficits or a trade surplus with other countries, signifies the strength and self-sufficiency of an economy. So manufacturing right now in this country has never been higher than ever. I don't know. The chip manufacturers like NVIDIA, Intel, AMD, all these processors, because they're producing so many cars that they're short of chips. They can't build these chips fast enough due to the fact that there's so many cars being sold, so they have to slow down manufacturing and waiting for the chips. So a lot of these vehicles cannot be completed until these chips are available. So we just sent them a blank check, pretty much 50 billion. It's a lot of money, but it's manufacturing is up. Number 4 is wholesale and retail. Well, we know what's going on wholesale and retail. Both wholesale and retail sales, adjusted for inflation, are also measured to gauge the market performance of goods. So you can see people are shopping like food is scarce. Look, you go to Costco's or BJ's, like those big chain stores, Walmarts, and you walk in and there's nothing, because the people are buying, because people have a ton of money to spend, and they're buying out the stores, and they can't produce the food fast enough for the American people to buy. It's like the supply and demand. There is a high demand, right? The supply the supply, there's so much supply, but the demand is higher than the supply. So that's the problem. So we need to increase more of the supply. So there is no recession because everyone's still out there spending. And when prices go up, that means it's good. It's good for the economy when prices are up. Prices of gasoline, your milk, your food, your rent, mortgages is increasing because people have more money. So as prices increase, it's showing you that people's income are increasing. So therefore, as your income increases, so does the products and productivity increases because the demand is so much that everything goes up. So we're on an incline, not a decline. And then the fifth, employment. A high rate of unemployment is a lagging indicator. So our unemployment is down. We're like negative, in the negative of unemployment, right? Negative, like just like our like the interest rates are like negative. So it typically confirms an economy's pivot into a recession stage rather than predicting a recession in the future. Usually unemployment rates near 6%, so we're nowhere near that. We're in like negative numbers of the total workforce are considered problematic. So we have our GDP is in a negative for 2 straight quarters. Real income is down, manufacturing is down, wholesale and retail is down, and unemployment is, I forgot, maybe 4%. So we're not in a recession.